KXST WCCS and 101.1 FM 848. Katie Gaudreau and I are just discussing the name Wendy here this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
That's probably not why you came here, was it, to discuss
No, but
the
it's a
name
fun
Wendy?
discussion to have.
Well, you're all about history and where things come from and genealogy. The Indiana Historical and Genealogical Society of Indiana County has something coming up, a neat little thing.
We are really, really excited to have this event coming up. It's a
Okay.
County-Opoly tournament,
Mm-hmm.
a Monopoly tournament based on our Indiana County-Opoly game.
Mm-hmm.
So you buy a ticket, you play Monopoly, you play against a whole bunch of other people, and the top winners of the Monopoly tournament then go home with some prizes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What's the when and where?
The when is June 3rd, starts at noon, and at the Armory Building. That's the Historical Society's Armory Building. It's on 621 Wayne Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can play as individuals or groups?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So if you sign up a group of 6, then you get a little bit of a discounted rate, but it would be $10 per person.
Okay. Well, that sounds like fun.
It is going to be a great time.
Yeah.
It is going to be a great time. So if you like to play Monopoly, then come on out and play.
Are they playing Indiana County-Opoly?
Oh, yeah.
Or Monopoly?
It is the Indiana County Monopoly
Oh,
game
yeah.
that you'll be playing. Yep.
Yeah. That came out just a couple of years ago, or one?
2 years.
2 years? 2 years ago?
Yeah, we've had great success with that game, too. And the entire game board, if you're unfamiliar with Indiana County-Opoly, the entire game board is historic sites and local people that were famous locally. And each of the pieces on the game board is that site or that person.
Yeah.
So you learn a little bit of Indiana County history when you play. Each of the little pieces are some piece of Indiana history. All of the cards have local businesses on them, or the game pieces also have local businesses listed.
Yeah. Now, the game was actually created by one young man, right?
Yeah, we have 2 people to blame for this.
Okay.
The first, the young man that you're thinking of would be Alan Fichuk. He was the one who really brought the whole game together. He did all of the research. He did all of the write-ups for the game. He was the one who really pushed that we get it done. And then there was a small group of people that really went out to the local community and found sponsors for the game to have it created.
So as you go around this Monopoly board, what are some of the highlights that you can think of, some of your favorites?
Some of the older homes and locations in the area. And the one that comes to mind is actually the VFW building right here in town. Is one of the oldest buildings in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
So they we have their sponsors on their piece. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So the VFW sponsored their own building on the game board.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, it's one of the oldest buildings in the county.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And of
That's
course,
fun.
we have the Silas Clark House is one of the corner pieces.
Better be.
Yes. Yeah. So they're one of the corner pieces on the game.
Uh-huh. Now, when we think of Monopoly, we think of Boardwalk and Park Place. Are there equivalents in Indiana-Opoly?
Well, the owner of the Coney requested green game pieces.
Okay.
And the green pieces, I'm pretty sure, are Boardwalk.
Okay.
And so he's one of them. Incidentally, his is one of the older buildings in Indiana also. So he was really all about us getting that together. So.
Yeah, and is the county jail the county jail?
Actually, no. There's a big old Christmas tree in one of those
there you go.
corner spots, yeah.
There you go. Community chest and chance, those are options during the game?
Yes, they are.
And are they Indiana County-centered questions?
They are,
or
actually.
instructions, I guess?
Yeah, you can pull up a card and say, buy a dozen donuts from the Donut Connection, or you had to purchase bread from Six Ham Bakery. So it all ties in, not just historic places, but all these local businesses that have helped us put the game together.
There you go. So coming up on June 3rd, and it's at the Armory Building at 621 Wayne Avenue, noon until 3 p.m.
Noon until 3.
People need to register ahead of time?
That's right. It's easier if you register ahead of time, just so we know how many tables to set up and how many people are going to be coming.
And what's the deadline date?
The deadline is May 27th.
May 27th.
That's right.
Okay, so you have between now and then to either enter as an individual or to get a team together.
And we welcome youth groups. We welcome other organizations that may want to put out a team of 6 to play. We do request that you be at least 15 to play the game. So.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So what else is going on at the Historical and Genealogical Society this year?
Fundraising events. We have all kinds of events scheduled for this year. We're really excited about it. The next one coming up, we're calling Grandma's Attic.
Okay.
And it's kind of like our version of Antiques Roadshow.
Okay.
So it's going to be you bring in your antique, you bring in something that you want to have someone take a look at and maybe give you what it might be worth if you chose to sell it someday. We don't give actual appraisals, but if you're just curious if the antique you have sitting around might actually be worth something, then you would bring it in and they would take a look at it.
Oh, there you go. When is that?
That one is July 15th.
Okay. What else is coming up this summer?
In August, we have one that I call our 1,000 for one. 1,000 items each for $1 a piece. So you come in, it could be anything from a book to maybe somebody donated, I don't know that anyone's donated a TV yet, but it could be anything. Any item that is on sale at the event is only $1.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And we have 1,000 items available.
Wow.
All of them are for just $1.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know that one's pretty cool. I'm excited for that one too.
And that's not an I need a ticket event. That's just to come.
Nope. It's essentially a yard sale, but you know that everything there is just going to be $1. So you pick up 5 items, you only owe $5. You know it offhand what it's going to be.
People are going to want to know the date for that one.
Yeah, that one is August 12th.
August the 12th.
That one's August 12th. Yep.
1,000 for one.
And all these events are going to be held at the Historical Society, either in the Armory or outside of the Armory. The 1,000 for one, I think, will probably be outside, weather depending. So
yeah.
we're going to have a lot of stuff. 1,000 items is a lot of items. So.
Yeah. And usually at events such as that, there's light refreshments and those sorts of things.
Absolutely.
Concessions, maybe.
Absolutely. Yep.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific. Wow, you've got a busy summer planned.
We do. We have a busy year planned, so we're really looking forward to this year.
Well, why not? Why not? Again, June the 3rd is Indiana County-Opoly, and it will be at the Armory building. Now, for people to register, what must they do?
All you need to do is call or stop in.
Okay.
You can also send an email. If you want to send an email for questions or anything like that, ichistoricalsociety@gmail.com. If you'd like to call, it's 724-463-9600.
And granted, there's not new things at a museum for the most part, but what's new at the museum this summer?
New exhibits. We have one coming up. It'll be done, I think, in this coming week, commemorating World War I.
Oh, okay.
So the United States entered World War I in April in 1917. So we are commemorating that event in history with an entire exhibit on the first floor of World War I.
Oh, okay.
This one is really neat. One is really neat. One half is going to be what the soldiers saw, what the men saw when they were overseas, and the other half is going to be the home front and what everybody who was back here did and how they helped and what they had to go through.
Yeah. Have a uniform or two?
A couple, yeah. Yeah, we have a couple.
Isn't it interesting when you see those, you look at them and say, boy, people were really small back then, weren't they?
Yes, they were. And it's not just that they were soldiers and did a lot of exercise. They made people smaller in those days.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Someone who was 6 feet tall was considered a giant.
Yeah, they were. They still are kind of, but
Oh, I don't know. I think myself kind of short when I get around people that are actually tall. But yeah, it's just amazing to me how tiny people were back then.
Even the women, I do textiles and clothing.
Oh, yeah.
And even the women, you look at the clothes and you're like, how can a person possibly be that tiny?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, they were. All right, so many events. You have a Facebook page too, correct?
We absolutely do, yes.
Yeah, so folks can learn
So check
more.
us out on Facebook also. All of the events are going to be listed on our Facebook.
She is Katie Gaudreau, really. And it is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. Hey,